Okay, so my quest to find the perfect sports car has got me in the driver's seat of this car here. It's an F10 BMW M5.
Shout to all my lost boys. Shout to all my lost boys. We rowdy. Shout to all my lost boys. Shout to all my lost boys. We rowdy. Shout to all my lost boys. Shout to all my lost boys. We rowdy. Shout to all my lost boys. Shout to all my.
So the first thing I want to talk about is the M button on the steering wheel, just here. So the idea of that is, if you go over to iDrive, click menu, up on the screen this comes up. Scroll down settings, and then you click your M drive button number 1, and I've got it set up like this. So you can change your traction control, your throttle response, your suspension, your steering, the speed of your gear change, and this, which is quite cool, it's the M view. The idea of that is, if you look here, you're not looking at the leaf blower, man, you're looking at the speedo on the head-up display there. It comes up as just a miles per hour, whereas if you click the M button, it comes up with a rev counter, your miles per hour there in the bottom right hand corner, and it also shows what gear you're in as well, which is very, very important, I think. So when I press the M1 button, all of this happens. So if I come out of there, the gearbox goes into a sports mode, and I use the flappy paddles to change gear. Okay, so let's go for a little drive. The Audi RS5 is 450 brake horsepower. This is 550 brake horsepower. It's practically the same size engine, but with 2 turbos. It's got an extra 100 brake horsepower, and that's a lot. So in normal mode, it's quite a nice car to drive. Now if you click over to M mode, so press that button twice, you can feel the throttle response changes immediately. We've got more power, we've got sharper suspension, better feedback from the steering. Back end is light as anything, so this is a rear wheel drive. The RS5 is 4-wheel drive. It's absolutely brutal. The power delivery is phenomenal. I've not driven anything that delivers power quite like this. It's a V8 bi-turbo, there's power everywhere. It's just ridiculous. It's struggling the whole time to keep the power down. Oh my god. What? That was drifting in 3rd gear then. This is just crazy power. The way it pulls you, I've not experienced anything like this in my life. I can't believe how brutal the power is on this car. It just delivers power so well. And because they're turbos, it's just the slightest touch of that throttle, the power's there. And the sound out the back of the show. Oh, what a car. It's just absolutely amazing. I love the gearbox. You've got to have a dual clutch gearbox. Doesn't matter what car you drive in life. You want a dual clutch gearbox. You want a V8, you want 2 turbos. Turbos in general are just amazing. Because it's a real drive, you constantly got that thing in the back of your head thinking, is it going to slide out? Am I going to die? It's scary. This car is scary. That's my only sort of way of explaining the RS5. It's just perfect. Again, 3rd gear drift there. What a car. What a monster of a car. I think brutal is the word that I would use to describe this car. It's absolutely brutal. That power delivery, if you can feel that, the G-force that throttle pedal creates is phenomenal. I think I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to park up. Okay, so I've driven a pair of these cars now for a good amount of time. What have I concluded? I've concluded that M5 is bloody dangerous. I like to drive cars with traction control off. You have to, otherwise you just don't get the power. You put your foot on the throttle and you want the power to go through the rear wheels. With traction control on, you obviously can't do that. But if you turn traction control off on that car and drive it on the road, it's dangerous. It's just dangerous. Now this RS5, obviously it's four-wheel drive. It's just a bit more drivable. Predictable is not the word I want to use, because a lot of people say Quattros are predictable. They're not. They are very usable, and on the road, I think that's what you want. We went to Schaumburg the other day and I stayed behind Ferraris and Lamborghinis, no problem, and it was comfortable. I love the pair of them. I think they're both amazing. But which one's the best value for money sports car? They're both about the same price. They've both got V8 petrol engines, and they're both amazing. I think the BMW M5's the better value for money car out of the two, and I think most people would probably prefer to buy that. But for me, I'm just drawn back to the RS5 all the time. I don't know what it is, I just love that car. I love the look of it, I love the way it drives. I don't know, I just think it's just a special car. You don't see so many of them on the road as you do these. I don't know. They're both amazing. I love the pair of them. Personally, I like the RS5, and I think that's the point. The point is, everyone has got their own choice of car, and there's no right or wrong answer. These cars, they're all amazing. And I think it doesn't matter what money you're spending, 10, 20, 30, even £5,000, doesn't matter what you're spending. We all look for the best we can get for our money. All I know is that M5, all that power going to them rear wheels, it's bloody dangerous. If you've got the traction control off and you're driving that car on the road, it's dangerous. You will probably end up in a bush one day. I mean, I'm quite good with rear wheel drives, but I think I'd rather just have that car for a track car. The RS5, it's comfortable, it's fast, it's reliable, it's just a bit more usable for the road. And I think that's the key. You want a usable road car. So I've thoroughly enjoyed this experience. I love the pair of them. There's plenty of other alternatives. You can spend an extra 10 grand and get like an M4 or an M3 or a Nissan GTR. There's plenty of other alternatives, but they were the two cars I chose to do it on. I had the R8 as well the other day, which was phenomenal, but these are everyday sports cars. So I've enjoyed this experience. I'm going to continue doing videos. Obviously, I've got plenty more coming up. I've got no plans for any coming sports cars, but I will definitely get my hands on something very soon. So stay tuned and keep watching. Thank you. I'm going to get caught by this track warden in a minute. She's giving me a ticket because I'm on double yellow.
Yeah.